Why, hello, and welcome back to episode 6. I hope you guys are enjoying it, following along. We're going to try up a few new things. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the adventure.
Welcome everybody to the third session of the Dungeon Brawlers out of the Dragon's Tooth Tavern. And I'll start today's episode off with a little bit of a recap. Last session, we met with Irina at the Great Library, and she told us some things about the stone that you guys recovered from the ancient crypt. That it was, if I can remember the exact wording, a conduit. Like if something evil wanted to come into the world, it would needed an anchor point that matched its evil. She also says she does not believe in Caius, or that the being of Caius actually exists, and views it more as a boogeyman type story. She then went on to tell you that strange things were happening at some ruins down in the southern section of the kingdom. Ruins that belong to an ancient civilization known as the Aldaroon. The keep was part of a battle that happened a millennia ago, and that she has made it her life's passion to study these types of ruins and learn as much as she can from said ancient civilization. So you guys agreed to go and check it out and went back to the inn to rest. Upon which point, a bard came in and was about to play on the stage. And as the night fell, the lights dimmed, and runes within the building began to glow and flash different lights. And there was a little bit of a party that night. Everyone had a great time. Russ bought a glowing necklace.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to start, at the inn. You guys have woken up from the party, having stayed up a little bit later than what you normally would have, but you were just having such a good time with all the good music, great food, and amazing drink that, you are now refreshed and ready to go.
Is my magic necklace still glowing?
When you wake up, Rust, and it's now daytime. No, the magic necklace is no longer glowing.
Blasphemy! I spent all that good coinage on it.
Maybe if you had a freezer to put it in, then it would work again.
What is a freezer?
Stuff it in some snow and then try it again a day later.
Time to find the ice dragon, Daniel.
I have to say, I feel a little hungover today. Shall we head out?
It was a grand time for all. And if you do want to head out right away, you can. There's the southern gate out of Volstagg, and then there's also the eastern gate as well. Either one, you'll eventually go onto the right path. If I remember correctly, Irina also gave you a map that gave you rough directions on where things were at.
Correct.
What time of day is it currently? Is it early morning or is it late morning?
Let's say early to mid, around 7 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. My friend Phelan, if you are that hungover, perhaps we should get you, I believe it's called the Hand of the Dog in your land.
Yes.
Please.
Everything-
I'm
Oh,
feeling
my.
it too.
Oh my!
That would be perfect.
Just a little nip to start the day. Oh my god!
Roland saunters over to the bar and orders just one small drink. Knocks it back real quick. That's better.
I'll go over and could I please? And I'm just this is absolutely shenanigans, but could I please have an omelet made of your finest eggs with sausage and I don't know what you call these small round discs of bread here. Is that something I could have made for me before we leave?
Hey, you can have eggs and biscuits and sausage all you want. The eggs were gathered at the dawn this morning by my lovely wife.
Double portion for me, please, and a shot of vodka.
Vodka.
And a gift for your wife.
Vodka. Well, you don't
I need
quite.
to pick me up.
I don't know if I quite have this vodka, but I might have something that'll work for you.
Give me something as strong as you have.
And when the food and drink are brought, the drink really catches your eye. It's in a glass decanter, and it's a clear liquid, but it's like blue, bluer than the ocean. Right.
This looks enticing.
And he says, "Now this, my dear, this is dwarven spirit from my homeland. Only use it on special occasions, my dear. It's quite strong."
Thank you very much. I will gladly partake in that.
What do I have to do to stop Rust from interrupting this?
What do you mean me interrupting?
Golden spirit. I fully imagine Rust going, "Ooh, joy stuff. Shall I?"
Well, he recognizes it, and he knows that it's a very, very potent alcoholic beverage.
I was gonna wait for things to settle a little bit, but then Laya interrupted because I was gonna say it's a party now. And sit down and ask for one myself. I had it all prepared too, and I got slapped in the face before I could.
That's funny. That's the first time he's been sitting there quietly, not saying anything, and then all of a sudden,
Thankfully, Sage has a strong constitution, and she reaches out and takes the drink and tosses it back with gusto.
Oh boy! Go ahead and roll a constitution.
Yes, that's the way to start the day.
Go ahead and roll a
I'm
constitution.
ready for anything now.
Give me a constitution check on that.
Oh no!
You set yourself up.
You're right. I did. It was. I probably shouldn't have said that.
Okay.
So,
15.
You pass fine.
Woohoo.
So the first thing you notice as it touches your lips and goes down your throat is that burning sensation, and you begin to cough as you gulp down the glass. The barkeep, his eyes just go wide. He's like, "Whoa, my lady, whoa! we normally just sip that."
Yeah,
Well.
Russell's got a bug eye and be like, "Since when do we do that with that drink? Let me try."
You don't know me and my friends, apparently.
Yeah,
I think
it's the equivalent of a nice sipping whiskey, but you can definitely take a shot of it anytime you want.
I don't have time for sipping today.
I think Laya is just sitting at. I think Laya's just sitting at her table, eating essentially her McBiscuit, and chuckling at the chaos. Master Innkeep, thank you for your hospitality. I think I will stink with water today, but My thanks to you and to your wife for this wonderful victual.
No problem, lass. You guys have been excellent customers. Anything else I can do for you this morning?
No, thank you. I'm very happy.
Alrighty. With that, he goes back, to his morning routine of cleaning the bar and the common room and everything. So, as you are all gathered around, would you like to study the map?
Sure.
Yes.
Let's
That's an
take a look at
excellent
that.
idea.
Let's study the map.
Do you want to do a dog pile, or I'm happy to help someone?
So,
I have a low intelligence, so it probably shouldn't be me.
I know.
I have a +1.
Kiri's got this. Kiri's got
Right,
this.
here, you do it.
Awesome, Carrie.
just my background in general helps that.
so
Okay.
you,
I will help.
you
Carrie
unfurl
then.
the map. That's fine. You unfurl the map and you begin to really study it, trying to gauge the distances, on how long it'll be and things like that. And if I remember correctly, Irina said it might be only a couple day travel.
Yeah.
Being a scholar and being more absent-minded about those things, it turns out it might be a 4 or 5 day travel to get down there. It quite literally is on the southern tip of the border of the kingdom. The keep itself looks like it's in a region that's full of hills. At least that's what stood noted on the map. You can see a mark, an X with a B underneath it for Bernthal Keep, or is it Branthal? Branthal, sorry, Branthal Keep. So you're going to travel through the southern forest. That's right outside the southern gate. And it shows you following the King's Road before it'll split off onto an unnamed road. Some roads are named, some aren't. Just depends on how heavily traveled they are. And so you assume that this one isn't very heavily traveled, and it'll follow the coast for a day or two. You do see you see a little circle further down with a GS next to it, and you're not quite sure what that is. There's no key on the map whatsoever, so you don't know what that point of interest is. And then from there, the road curves easterly and goes southeasternly, and then right into the hills. So you figure if you have horses, it could be a 2-day trip. But if you're going to go on foot, you're looking at least 4, maybe 5 day.
I do believe we have a carriage, don't we?
Yes.
We bought a wagon.
And 3 horses.
Yes.
All right.
We have a wagon
And
You can choose either way. Keep in mind you got to worry about feed for the horses and things like that too.
Well, we bought a whole bunch of feed though, right?
Yeah. How many days was that? Was it 10 days? If I remember right.
I'm looking because I think I'm the one who bought it.
Yes.
Oh, bananas!
They can eat grass.
That
is insulting right there. That is insulting. They are not just common animals. We are going to feed them the finest food we can. Come now. They are part of the team.
And this is coming from the druid. The animal lover. You just insulted them, Phelan.
Especially since one of the horses has to carry Rust.
I've told Russ that he's riding in the carriage. I'm the one doing the horseback riding. He's gonna have to suck it up.
I think we bought one 50-pound bag of feed. I don't remember how much feed you said was per horse per day. I don't remember.
Well, then what we'll say is you've gone through almost half of it then.
All right, then I will buy another 50-pound bag of feed. I think it was 5 gold.
Yes,
I don't remember
if I remember correctly.
Okay.
That sounds about right. If I'm off on the price, we'll fix it later.
Okay, I will add
I can always
then.
buy it too, Leia.
Well, if you want to.
I don't mind. We can take turns.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean,
you want to get this time.
Yep, I don't mind helping too.
Cool.
There, we've got a rotation going.
me and Taylor say they can eat grass.
I am
I
picking your
still
pockets
don't
as you
understand.
sleep.
I don't understand what the big deal is. They're horses, they're animals.
Then you can eat grass alongside them, and then you can tell me what the problem is.
I need.
I'm not eating anything right now.
Do
My
horses need
dear,
meat?
no, my dear dwarf friend, they do not. And you and your fellow paladin, as warriors of good, you should at least be considering treating all creatures with the basics of grace.
I believe
All
I just
right,
got
all
stolen.
right.
I'm robbing them blind next time we set up camp.
So,
I better sleep with one eye open.
do we have everything we need?
I believe so.
I believe so. Yes,
We all have health potions and stuff like that, I think, right?
I
Yep.
have 2.
We do.
Yep. Okay.
All right, just enough then, just enough.
Like I
go.
said, just enough.
So I'm
That's it.
trying to remember if I did that in episode 1 or not in our first session.
If you did what?
Oh, well, we'll kind of address it as we go out. So, you guys saddle up your horses at the southern gate. You got your cart. You hitch it, and you set off. And as you exit the city, and you begin going down the King's Road, the Southern King's Road, and you're going down it. You enter the Blackmore Forest, and at the very edge of that forest, once again, is that massive stump of a tree, blackened, And if I remember correctly, you guys saw this already because you guys came in through the southern entrance in session 1, if I remember correctly. So this would be Selenia's burnt out home.
Metagame wise, no, we did not go over it.
Really?
Nope.
I didn't do that in session 1?
Nope.
That name's not ringing any bells to me.
Well, then, let's roleplay it then. So there's this massive stump, probably 40, 50 feet in width. It's only standing maybe a couple inches off the ground, completely blackened. And from your viewpoint from the road, looking at that stump, right, you can see what appears to be flooring in the center of the stump. Would you like to investigate?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Listen to this.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I, for one, would love to investigate.
I mean, you've never seen anything like this before.
I'm very interested in seeing what's in there as well.
I mean, none of you are elves, correct?
I am.
Yes.
I am.
Well, Sage,
Yep.
I thought was an
Well,
elf.
Yes,
It's well.
I am an elf.
Sage
And Kiri.
So I want the two of you then
Mm-hmm.
to give me a history check.
Mm.
Because being
I
elves,
will
you might
refuse.
help one of you.
Kiri got an 11. All right. Sage got a 15. So,
Okay.
Kiri, on an 11, you seem to recall in your years and whatnot, hearing of an elf maiden who at one point was the royal physician. She's talked about much whispers, as if she was disgraced for doing such a thing, helping the humans. Sage on a 15. You know exactly who lived there. It is the great physician, Selenia. And you know that Selenia did have 2 boys, but you can't, off the top of your head, recall their names. But you feel that they might be of some import. But yeah, you know she lived on the northernmost edge of the Blackmore Forest, and she, being the royal physician, was in such a position that she could go aid the king at a moment's notice if there was an illness or anything that needed a medical attention. But you don't know exactly what happened.
Well, my friends, this looks like the home of Selenia. She was the great elven physician to the king. And I believe she lived on the northernmost edge of Blackmore Forest, which, makes sense. She was very important. She could go take care of the king at any moment. They used her for absolutely any ailment that they had. And I believe she had some family. 2 boys, maybe? I
That is correct.
vaguely remember that they may have had something in their history that was important. But I can't quite recall.
Speaking as one who is new to these lands, what is the general relationship between humans and elves?
Well, you would know common knowledge. Everyone would know this within this world.
Mhm.
Selenia was like I said, it more so in the human lands than in Elvish, right? And be that a lot of you are been dealing with in the human lands for a while, and some of you are human, and even Russ would know this as common knowledge. Selenia was instrumental in forging the alliance between human and elves that has lasted now. Let's see, Elanus would be that much older, close to 80 years now.
Okay. Like I said, I'm still operating in a position of trying to figure out what I would know versus what I wouldn't know. So that's where I'm trying to. What would I have heard of her sons coming from far away as I do, and I understand it not.
So you're asking about the sons?
Yes.
Her children, her 2 boys. Not much is truly known about them in the general populace.
Okay.
They know she had 2 sons. Some may even know a name, but those are few and far between.
Okay, gotcha.
Because her sons chose to work in the shadows, per se.
Dream knows her name.
Well, not quite, but yes.
Speaking back in my bad, weird Russian, I have never heard of any of these people. I don't know if anyone else here has. If you do, please speak up, and I will attempt to help you.
So,
I'm gonna go look
that-
at the flooring.
Mhm.
all right. So Russ,
All right.
takes a moment and guides his horse over there, dismounts, and then begins to look around. The grass around the roots no longer grows. The earth is scorched completely black and has not healed. The stump itself is completely burned all the way through. So if you were looking at the perimeter, I will call it, the outside is completely black, and it's black all the way to the inner wall. As a dwarf, even though you're not averse that much in nature, you do know that in order to do something like that, the fire had to have been extremely hot.
I'm gonna say
Look.
that that's one hot fire.
And then looking down into it, because like I said, the wall, if you will, the perimeter of the stump, because it's all hollowed out, it's a few inches thick, and inside the stump looks like wood flooring. It's too burnt to an absolute crisp.
Is this what a tree looks like on the inside?
What?
No,
could have done
Russ.
Something
Now,
like
Sage,
this.
Sage and Kiri, because you're elves, that elves, when they make a docile or a house, they choose to use magic to form homes using the natural curvature, natural body of a tree. The tree would quite literally grow in a way that a house can, be inside of it.
Mhm.
So have you all gone over there now?
Yes, I'm over there. I'm looking around.
Mm-hmm.
Palin's over there as well.
All right.
Yes.
Then give me a perception check, please.
Okay.
If this goes poorly, I'm gonna say it's because I'm busy glaring at Phelan. Still mad at him.
She is still glaring at him.
Phelan has his hand to his mouth, trying not to bring up his breakfast.
All right. So Kiri gets an 8, Sage gets an 8, Leia gets a 17, Rust gets a 15,
With
and
a
Phelan
plus
with
two.
a 10.
With a plus 2, how am I the one that got the highest roll?
So Leia and Rust, you see on the back, near the back wall. So like, I'm trying my best to visualize everyone's position. The stump is at the northern edge. You can see remnants of a door on the northern wall facing towards Castle Volstagg. So the ring isn't complete, right? There's a definite cutout on the northern wall facing the castle. Obviously, must have been a door. So long as this is a house type thing, right? So you'd be looking at the southern section, right? on the southern section near the back wall, the two of you see a line, roughly, let's say 6. I will go about 8, because that's about the height of a door. From the floor to about 8 feet in the air is this bright, well, to you it's bright, glowing line.
I'm gonna walk up
Master
to
Dwarf.
it. I'm gonna walk up
Master
to
Dwarf, please don't touch that.
it. I'm gonna touch it. I'm gonna reach out with my
Please don't
rapier,
touch it.
and I'm going to try and trace the line with my rapier tip.
I think I will have passed this information on to Phelan and Kiri and Sage. Rust is going up to.
Look, there's a weird glowing line back there, and Rust is going to touch
Pretty
it.
much. Pretty much, yeah. Every party needs a pooper.
All right. So Rust, as you do that, because I'll let you do that first before anyone really has an opportunity to react, right? So you say you're going to trace this line of light, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can stick my rapier into it and like see if I can maneuver anything.
All right.
You stick it in at
So
chest height and go up or down wherever the line is.
all
How
right. So
tall is this line?
8 foot.
about 8 feet.
So he can't reach the top.
He can't reach the very top, but
That's why I have a
you know, and so everyone sees Russ literally stick his rapier in, and when the blade goes into the light, you half expect to see the blade kind of come through the other side, because when you guys are coming and gathering around this weird phenomena, you can see behind it, right? So as his rapier goes into the light, it does not come out the other side. And with the movement of the blade passing through, the line begins to slowly widen, as if an invisible door was there. Because as it begins to widen, the light also appears perpendicular at the top. A little beam begins to glow across, and down at the floor, same thing.
Ooh, it's a door.
And it slowly opens, and you can even hear creaking as if rusty hinges are moving.
What is this trickery?
And as it gets wider and it fully opens, because there was enough of a force, there's nothing really stopping this thing. I mean, it's old, and it fully opens, and you see before you an open doorway to a space that is not there. And you can see the source of the light. The source of the light comes from a window within the doorway itself. So if you're looking in, you can see there's a small room, which it would be absolutely impossible based on its position from where it's at and the back of the wall of the stump. There's no room for a room to actually exist there.
I'm gonna walk in.
Wow.
So
How's Phelan keeping? How is Phelan faring in keeping his breakfast down?
I will follow Rust. I'd like to see what's out that window in the room.
All right. So it opens up into a small room. We'll say, 30 by 30, 30 feet by 30 feet. That's, not too big, you know. It looks to be a study of some kind, right? You can see a table on the western, well, to you is the western side. The window is on the southern side. You can see an empty bookcase on the eastern side, and then, of course, the doorway on the northern. But the light coming through the window, when you look out the window, was that Leia that wanted that, or Sage?
Yes, it was Leia.
Leia. When you look out the window, you are absolutely astonished. I mean, your mind is kind of blown a little bit because the wall is facing south, but it's clearly showing a sunset upon a beach and shore that does not match anything to your knowledge of the western shore here next to Volstock.
Okay.
So
What's
something.
What's Rust doing? All right.
So Russ, what
Galen's
do you
going
do?
in after Rest.
I'm gonna start looking around and see if there's any, parchments or anything. Because you said it's a study, so they gotta have books or something.
Oh, there's a
I
desk,
believe-
but there's an empty bookshelf.
Yeah, there is an empty bookshelf. So on the small desk, obviously it's a writing desk. You can see a dried out little inkwell with a quill still in it. A candle, the remnants of a candle that's been burned all the way down. A thick layer of dust covers everything. And if you're going to be looking for any type of parchment or anything like that, give me an investigation check then, please.
Alrighty, investigation. A 15.
Wow. Get all those good rolls out now.
Well, I also get a 1d4 for my investigation
Mark of
bonus.
whatever drawing.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
mark of the wooding dwarf.
Thank you.
All right. So on the 15, I mean, you look that place over. You check out the writing desk. There's nothing in the single drawer that is there. You begin looking on the dust-covered shelves, and you find a single piece of parchment. It's a corner piece,
Ooh, a corner piece.
and it's got the start of what you can only assume is the start of two words. In small lettering at the top, it's in common, COM. In much larger script underneath that, HER.
Come here.
Sage, Sage has decided to walk in and has gone to the window as well.
Okay, I was going to ask one of our elves to come and see if this looked familiar.
Yes, I'm curious as to where we are. Is this door a portal to another place?
Is there? There's no other.
Where
doors,
hasn't it taken us?
It's just a window, right?
Yeah, it's just a window.
But clearly, we are not still in the woods.
We're not in Narnia anymore.
Kinda. Sage and Kiri, if you're looking out the window, give me a. Let's do survival for that one.
Okay.
I was one of them too.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, but this would be only for the elves, because
Okay.
they would they would possibly be able to identify this.
Gotcha. I didn't know very well anyway. I apologize.
That no worries, no worries, no worries, no worries. All right. But since you rolled, I'll go ahead and include you into it. On a 13, Leia, you definitely get the feeling that wherever this room is from, it's not from here. If that makes sense.
It does.
Okay. Kiri and Sage. Kiri with a 15, Sage with a 13, both of you being elves. And excuse me if I don't know everyone's backstory correctly, but I'm assuming you guys both would have grown up in the quote-unquote elven lands.
Yes.
Started off there, left at a young age.
Yes, that's all that is needed.
Got
You know, you can see some of the some identifying markers along this coast. That even though that the window is facing south and the sun is setting in what you know as a southern direction, you actually know that it's still setting in the west.
Mm-hmm.
And that this coastline is a coastline from your homeland in the Elven lands. Let's see, the Elven lands will we'll say Lathanti. So in the Elven lands of Lathanti, there is a western coast, and this is part of that coastline. And the Lathanti, that land begins way down south of Volstagg. So the elves and the humans share a southern border. Southern for Volstagg, northern for the Kingdom of Lathanti. Now, this can be for anyone to do. Give me an Arcana check.
Aha.
Let me do it.
Come
Or
on.
not.
I mean, we can.
All of you, all of you can do it.
Oh, okay. Because I've got Jack of all trades, which has come in clutch more than once.
Oh, there it is.
There you go with the 20.
Uh-huh.
All right, so Kiri got is that a 6?
Yes.
That's a 6.
That's a 6.
6.
Oh.
Sage with a 13. Rust with an 11. Phelan with a 14. And Leia with a 20. All right. Rust, this smacks of sorcery. Phelan, you realize that a powerful magical spell has been cast upon this place. Sage,
Mm-hmm.
actually, let me reverse that. Phelan, on a 14, with your knowledge of magic, you think a teleportation or a dimensional door or something like that has been used. And Sage, you just know that a very powerful evocational magic has been used to create this space. Laia, with your 20, you identify the markers of the spell. And it is like a dimensional door.
Okay.
Technically, while you're in this room, you are in the Elven Kingdoms.
Oh,
Okay. That is where the room physically is at. And the doorway there is what allowed you to get there, right? So the doorway in Volstagg allowed you to transdimensionally go to where this room physically is at.
Okay.
And the only thing you can think of, the reason that this is done, that this must be, excuse me, sorry. This must be Selenia's personal study at her home in Lethanti. And she still wanted to have access to it here in Volstagg. So instead of taking the weeks of travel, she had this dimensional door created. And the room was orientated the way that she wanted it. So even though the window isn't facing west, the sun is still setting west.
So what conclusions do I draw from this? That Selenia was either a very powerful mage or had access to very powerful magic, or
Exactly, just that. Either she was a very
gotcha.
powerful wizard and mage, or she had very good connections to get one.
Gotcha. Thank you.
One of the two.
I will. Let's see. Yeah, I'll pass that along. I have not been to Lathanti as far as I'm aware. So I will pass that along and just see what the elven party members think.
Rust wants to ask a question with this newfound knowledge that he has. So, if we close this door and open it again, is it going to be in a different place? As he closes the door.
Were you guys still in the room?
Yes.
Of course we were.
Let me out.
Wait.
So you close the door with everyone still in the study. Do you open it right away?
Whoever wants to leave, they can leave real quick. You got 30 seconds.
Galen steps out.
In that time, Carrie's just
quick enough.
Carrie's just focusing in her head of the image of her choking out Rust.
Laya will step back into the tree. Yeah, Laya will leave the study.
I was looking out the window and didn't notice Russ closing the door.
But yes.
All right.
And I close the door. And then I go to open it again.
And you see your friends on the other side of the threshold.
Russ, you're so lucky.
Can I please cast Vicious Mockery at Russ? Please.
EVP.
Oh my goodness!
If not, I understand. I won't.
That's
Depends on
right.
if you can beat my AC.
Now
because it's a wisdom save. Sorry, go ahead.
Now, if the others want to do an investigation of the remnants of the house, go ahead.
All right, I will do so.
Since Sage and Rust are in the study, the others can go ahead and investigate the house.
I'm gonna
investigate with my investigations.
Ouch! Ouch!
I'm still.
Kiri, were you outside in the house, or were you in the study still?
I was still in the study. I was focusing in my head. I was focusing on the image of me just choking Rust out.
All right.
So, only the image in my head. Didn't actually do it this time.
And Rust.
Right. So on a 5 and a 7, there's not too much that you really see that sticks out. You can see clear divisions in the floor. You can see something that on the southern side next to the study, something that could have been a kitchen, something else that could have been a bedroom. But everything, like I said, it's just completely blackened and destroyed and burnt to a crisp.
Oh, those were bad rolls.
Failing
Well,
us.
the other three can come out of the study anytime they want and do the same thing if they so choose.
It's just funny.
Before I leave the study, I'm curious if there's another door in here that might lead outside into Lathanthi, or if we can fit through the window and use this portal to travel.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah, there's got to be
Yeah.
something.
interesting.
Can I
Well,
investigate
the window itself. Let me properly describe the window because I didn't do that earlier. The window itself is shaped like an octagon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's got a single wooden bar in the center going perpendicular, and then another one going horizontal, creating the 4 panes of a window glass. The overall size itself is maybe 3 feet in height by 3 feet in width. You would have to break the glass to even attempt to try to crawl through it. But with all your gear and stuff, it might be a little hard to fit. And there's no guarantee that that's where you'll end up. For all you know, chances it could be that maybe there is an enchantment spell upon the window to portray that sunset.
and it's just a cliff?
Well, no. But I'll let you know that no, there is no cliff on the other side.
Well, I think I would like to see if there is another hidden door in here to start, and then I might try breaking the glass in the window if I don't find anything.
Oh boy.
And we'll see what's out there.
Go ahead and roll an investigation.
All right.
Kiri's running away as
slow.
she's doing this.
Russ is curious. You want me to roll investigation as well?
Sure.
I'm looking for the door first.
Well, there's another 15.
Yeah, 19 and 15. All right, so on a 15 dwarf, no magic experience whatsoever.
Well, I mean, kind of. I'm Mark of a Warding Dwarf.
Yeah, but not much with arcane or exposure to such high level magic such as this. On a 15, you think that if you were to crawl through that window, you would end up on that shoreline. That's what you think. Because that's the only thing that makes sense to you with this investigation, looking for anything that goes around. Sage, on a 19, you find a secret panel on the wall. Roughly 5 inches in height, 4 inches in width. And it pops open when you touch it. And inside is a piece of parchment.
Is it missing a corner?
No. Full piece. You can see writing on it. And it's an absolutely beautiful elven script. I'm assuming you're going to take it up and read it.
I am.
All right. Without going into too much detail, reading through what is being said, it is a letter addressed to Selenia. It is from Lord Master Riftolus. And the bulk of the letter is basically giving praise to her son, Elanus, for all the hard work, all the studying, and how much he has progressed in his magical abilities since entering Riftolus's tutelage.
Well, no, that's
So-
interesting.
Yeah, you going to relay that to anyone else, or are you just going to keep that information and tuck it away in the file cabinet for later?
Well, I don't see any harm in sharing it, so... Everyone, I found this letter, and it is to Selenia, and it's about her son, Elanus. Remember I told you that she had 2 boys, and I couldn't remember anything about them, but apparently Elanus was very proficient in his magical abilities, and he was tutored by Lord Master Rotolus.
Ooh.
Interesting.
No, I wonder if this will come up in our quest later.
So this
I
is
doubt it.
Elanus's
No, I don't see any way it could come up.
What's the name of that? That theorem where if a gun is shown in the first act of a play, it'll be fired by the third.
Chekhov's gun.
Yes.
Yeah, Chekhov's gun.
Oh, that's funny. What is Lore Master Ritolis?
Riff. Riftolis. Riftolis.
Thank you, Ritolis. Taking notes.
Me too.
Even if I take notes, I'll forget about them. And write down on a third notebook. I only have 4 of them down here.
Hey, I'm gonna be relying a lot on you guys for some of this information.
Oh, that's fine. I'm the scribe in my other parties. So
Since that file got corrupted, I lost a lot of stuff.
Oh
no. Well, I am assuming that I have not found a door.
At least not to get to where we wanted to.
Okay. Well,
I know that if we go through the window, it'll bring us out there. Or at least
I think I'd like to break that window and see.
On that note, Kiri is going to
early.
walk away from the tree. She's going to go back to the horses, and she's just going to pretend they don't exist.
All right, then
what could it hurt?
You know what? I'll let that 19 stand for this. You can see that the window can be opened.
She breaks it anyway.
No, but I will open the window.
All right, so you find the latch, you unlatch it, and you begin to open it. And you're disappointed and shocked at the same time. The scene that's in the window travels with it as you open it, and you are now looking out the back side of the stump, and you can see Blackmore Forest. And you can see the remnants of a little garden in the back. Completely overgrown, nothing there is useful to eat, but there was a garden back there at one point.
Well, so much for that theory. That would have been so nice.
Well, maybe one of these days we'll get down to Lathanti.
I suppose we're going to have to ride the horses after all.
Darn! And Russ kind of sulks his head and starts walking out the door.
He gets back in the wagon.
Well, he wants to close the door behind everyone when they leave. Just so it's our secret. So it's our secret.
Understood.
Well, I'm going to go back out into the stump and investigate out there a little more, too.
All right, go ahead.
Actually, is there any markings on the door? On either side of the door?
No.
Darn. Okay.
All right, so on 11. In exploring one section that looks like it could have been a bedroom at some point, over in the corner you see some burnt small pieces of parchment. And looking at the 2 to 3 pieces that are there, you see various rune designs of dragons. Some one with the wings kind of in a downward motion, as if a dragon was flying like into the sky type thing, right? One with with only one wing open, and then finally one that is very familiar, because please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I noted that when you left the castle proper and saw the tower that was completely black and there was a door there was a symbol on that door. Was that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
And it was a dragon with both wings open in flight?
With an E on the door.
Yes. You see that rune there. Obviously, Elanus was experimenting with different designs for his call sign, as it were.
And he chose his favorite.
Look at this. Look at this. This dragon on this parchment. It looks like the one that was on that door. I think that maybe Alanis drew these.
And the one that you see, with the wings spread open, there is no E on it. It's just the rune of the dragon with its wings open.
What did the dragon on top of his staff look like, if I can remember that?
Sure. You don't even have to do a roll for that.
Okay.
It was a dragon with its wings open as if in flight.
Gotcha. Who currently has the parchment? Is it Sage?
Yes.
Sage, that looks like the dragon that was on top of Ilanis' staff. The one that... Oh, crap. I remember it was shiny, and it was sparky. I don't remember specifically what it did, but it looks like the dragon on his staff.
Some of you saw the eyes glow.
That's right.
Yes.
And I believe
it looked at the Godstone.
Well, I think
Yes.
Kiri was the only one I thought that saw the head move to look at the Godstone.
No, that was me.
That was you, Rust?
Yes,
I knew
that was
only
me.
one of you saw it. I thought it was Kiri, but okay, so Rust saw that one. And then did you tell everyone that it did that? I can't remember.
Yes, I did.
Okay. I don't intentionally metagame. I know that I rolled high enough to see the wings move, but if Rust is the only one who saw the head, then he's the only one who saw the head.
Because I brought up in conversation with it, I asked about the connection between the two, and Alinus didn't really answer. He kind of not brushed it off, but said that there's a connection with all the stones. Gave us a little bit of details that each stone has a somewhat connection to each other in a kind of a way, like it recognizes it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the.
I cannot wait to tell you the lore behind that too. Oh, it drives me nuts that nothing has come up to really give that to you yet. It's so interesting.
Right. We're kind of pokey.
Oh yeah,
Please, because If the opportunity arrives, I will spill the beans. But until that opportunity presents itself, it's going to have to remain a mystery.
I'll get my shovel out.
Well,
I'll start digging.
Well, and the whole time that you're there, that you're kind of rummaging around. I don't want to say desecrating anything or anything like that, but you do get a sense, that there is almost a vibe coming from this. Not that it's holy or sacred per se, like no one's going to be coming here worshiping or anything, but like something tragic happened here.
Oh yeah, it was on fire at one point. A real hot one.
Point. And you don't know that much about Selenia per se. If this was her house, what you do know is this. The king has not made a mention of her. Elanis has not made mention of her. You haven't heard any rumors or anything about that of her in the city proper.
mm-hmm.
Through all your investigations, you will know that this happened a bit ago. This wasn't recent. This happened sometime in the past.
Well, maybe we can inquire about it with Alanis when we get back from what we set out to do.
You can. I'm not going to say tread carefully with this because would be a sensitive subject, but tread carefully with it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't have to come out and be like, "Hey, we saw your mama's study."
Well,
I saw
no,
your
but I
mama's
mean,
study.
this isn't something that's hidden. Everyone that comes in and out of Volstagg sees this. Now, correct me if I could have sworn you guys came in through the southern gate in episode 1. I could have sworn.
Oh.
We all kind of just met at the kingdom proper area.
Yeah.
So right at the
That's
castle
also the first time I
gates.
came
We
in.
went.
Yeah, that's where we started off, was at the castle gates. We never entered into Volstagg. We were already there.
So that was my error. I should have had you guys come in through the southern gates. That way we could have gotten that done. Because there is lore there. It just depends on how much time you want to take to explore the lore. There's lore there. There's story there.
I will say, in between campaigns, I've gotten more lore out of it in this one than I have in other ones.
Well, you guys rolled much higher. Lots of good rolls on this one. And if I can if you don't mind me giving a peek behind the curtain, finding the letter there was, oof. I hadn't explored that aspect yet, so now I have to.
Yay.
I never named his teacher before. He was taught by a very powerful wizard in Lathanti, but I never really explored who it was and that guy's and the teacher's history. But now I'm going to have to.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's not forget this character, just so all Jeremy's hard work doesn't go to waste.
For sure.
So and now another little peek behind the curtain. And history with my history of the game, Riftolis is actually the name of my very, very, very first D&D character.
Oh, I love that.
He was an elven wizard. So yeah, that was something else. That was a fun time back then.
So,
Maybe we have to
Dream, are you
resurrect
actually
him.
getting? Are you actually? Huh?
We might have to resurrect his very first character. Maybe that might be the BBEG. Mmm.
Are you actually getting your shovel out, or are you just being a smart aleck?
I was being a smart ass.
Okay.
Okay. So have we seen all that we think we can see here?
Yes.
Okay.
I was absolutely going to
All right.
mage hand poke you on the shoulder and say, "Come on."
I think we should probably be on our way then.
Rust starts to walk back. Or, well, actually, no. Rust will close the door if Sage is out.
I'm out.
Okay. I'm going to close the door, but not fully seal it. You know, kind of leave that thin line. Because he doesn't want the door to actually seal, and then we can't open it again. As we don't see a handle on the outside.
No,
Well-
but you did close it completely and then reopened it with ease.
Well,
Yeah.
I assumed that there was a
You opened it
handle
first
on the
time by
inside.
poking it.
And all it took was basically your rapier to brush up against it for it to slowly swing open.
All right, fair enough.
I would say that you are smart enough to surmise that if the door was closed all the way, which you can do, all you would have to do is stick your hand out and start feeling around on the southern section of the house, and then you would find it again.
Rust will make an R in the dirt in front of the door with his rapier.
All right, so now that you've got it marked,
Now I turn around and walk back to the carriage.
another thing you can do if someone has wizard spells, let me see. I think that's still level 2. I'm not sure if you guys would have access to it yet.
Yeah, we do. But it depends on who they're on the list or not.
Whoops.
So I've got second level bard spell.
What level is it? Come on, load up. Oh, it's actually a first level. Originally, it was known as Wizard's Mark, but I guess it's now called Arcane. Arcane Mark, I believe. Nope, that says it's homebrew. Gosh darn it!
I don't have that one. I have Arcane Lock.
Did they get rid of that? It's been so long since I even thought of that spell. Good lord. Oh, they got rid of it. Gosh darn it. That sucks. There was a spell back in the day, if you don't mind a little bit of a history lesson in D&D, called Wizard's Mark. And let's see. I can't do it with prestidigitation. And what that did, it put an arcane rune on something that was visible only to the wizard that casted it. So it was a way to mark things. I'm surprised they got rid of it. That was a really cool little spell. Gosh darn it.
Might have been
Sorry
something
that
no one uses often.
Yeah, that's me just mixing up, all the rules I have in my head. So, are you guys going to carry on south?
To the south.
Let's just go.
Lead the way.
So you guys continue on south, and you go down the King's Road. Gosh, my throat is so scratchy. You pass through Blackmore Forest, and you exit on the southern end, and the King's Road kind of begins to curve a little more towards the southeasternly to go almost straight east, and that's where that fork is at on the map, and you can clearly see the road continuing south. It's slightly excuse me, it's slightly overgrown, but not too terrible. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of foot traffic going down that way. And you continue down, and it hugs the western coastline. So at the fork, you're a little further inland, and when you take that fork, it takes you more to the coast, but the coast doesn't end in a sandy beach into the water, right? I'm not sure if any of you ever have driven down the PCH at all in your life. I highly recommend it. You do it once in your lifetime. It's absolutely beautiful.
One of my favorite.
So you know that it. Then you're going to know what I'm going to describe. Basically, it's a cliff that goes down, and then you have the beach, and then the water, and that's what the road begins to follow. So you travel. Trying to figure out the mileage here. Yeah, you should be able to make that with what horses can do in a day. Referring back to the map and whatnot to try to make sure you're heading at a good pace per se. You do know that there was a point of interest that was marked on the map, known as GS.
Yes.
And that was right on the road. You know you're going to pass it. That's going to be your destination. You're going to find out what GS means, and you do when you come up to it. You know the sun is beginning to set on your first day of travel. You come up to a small squat building with a fence around it. Right, the building is. That's hard for me to figure. We'll say like 50 feet in width, maybe 40 or 50 feet in length. No, Russ, it's not going to be that. And you see, it's got bay windows on the facing side that's facing towards the setting sun. It's on the eastern side of the road, so it's going to be kind of overlooking the beach and the cliff and everything. So that's going to have a great view from when you're inside. It's kind of up on a little raised hill. Not the hill's maybe only an inclination of like 4 or 5 feet, so it's not like it's a huge thing. So it is a little bit raised from the road, and you see a door between the two bay windows. A sign sticking out above the door is a spoon, and you assume that the color is supposed to be gold, but it looks more yellowish because it's just paint.
Oh, so it means golden spoon.
Yes. Good catch. So this is the Golden Spoon Tavern. You can see that it's got small stable within the fenced area, enough to mainly cover the amount of horses you have. Obviously, it doesn't get very many visitors based on how overgrown the road is. There is a little bit of a gate in the fence that kind of blocks your path, and when you open it to enter, the fence itself is maybe 2 feet, 3 feet in height. So the gate, for the most part, is waist high, type thing, up to Russ maybe forehead at that point. When you open the gate, a scrawny young man, can't be more than 12 or 13 years of age. He's wearing brown breeches, a puffy white shirt stained with dirt and things like that. And he rushes over to you and says, "My lords, my lady, welcome to the Golden Spoon. May I take your horses for the night?"
Shall we stay here?
That is up to you.
Might as well. Russell kind of fall off the seat and stumble to the ground a little and say, "Man, my backside has been hurting. About time we get off.
You were in
All
the wagon,
right.
sir.
Here's
All
my
right.
bridle. Thank you.
All right. So,
Can I do a general vibe check? This place is sort of in the middle of nowhere.
yes, go ahead. Investigation would probably be the best one for it, for a vibe check
Andy?
type thing.
Just a minute. Do. Come on, do better than a 6. We did not do better than a 6.
Well, on a 6, the vibe is like, yeah. I mean, it's a tavern. It's an establishment. On a 6, you can tell that it's somewhat in disrepair. Obviously, because it doesn't look like it gets a whole lot of foot traffic.
That's fine. Oh my goodness. I will go up to the young groom and say, young man, what is your name?
Thaddeus,
Sorry,
good lady.
Jeremy.
That's all right. Thaddeus, good lady.
Thank you. I have taken care of these animals as our beasts as we've traveled. I will know if they are mistreated. Know that I am watching you, and I will give him a gold coin as a bribe, as a I'm watching you, as a payment, as a whatever. So he now has a gold coin, and there's nothing fancy with it. It's just a gold coin.
He takes the gold coin and he bows and he says, "There is no worry, my lady. I will definitely take care of these horses as if they were my very own." And he gathers
Thank you.
the reins from everyone, and he walks them back to the crude stable on the northern side of the building. So as you
Well, shall we go in?
Russ
Yes,
was
please.
gonna say, "Let's go get some ale," and start running towards the door.
Kitty, I hate saying what your elf senses tell you, but what do you see as a druid?
about you want her to tell you what she feels about the place?
Yeah, at the very least, she's. What I am trying to get is a better read than a 6. I realize it's probably potentially metagaming, and I don't want to do that, but I also know that she's going to have good wisdom and just a good sense of things. So, what is her take on things?
Yeah, if she wants, she can roll an investigation check to find out.
I can do that.
And I'll help you, so it's a +2.
22.
And that's why.
Damn.
Yeah, your vibe check is that this is an establishment that you feel like it wants to do good, but just due to the lack of traffic, it's starting to fail.
Okay.
That's the vibe check.
And just in character, she is paranoid, so that's not me trying to be difficult. She is paranoid. So this is thank you for it.
Understood.
Kiri just looks at Laya and goes, I believe we'll be fine here. There is nothing that I can sense that gives cause for worry.
All right, thank you. I'll follow our paladins in.
Let's investigate this
Phelan
bar.
heads in.
All right, so you enter the Golden Spoon. And as always, the first thing that greets you when you open, a good establishment is you get that nice little wave of heat from a fireplace that's roaring from within inside, and the luscious smells of food being prepped. Behind the counter is a human woman. It's kind of hard to tell her age because you never should ask a woman her age. She looks very beautiful, except for one glaring thing on her face. She is wearing an eye patch over her left eye. She's got long black hair, medium build, not quite slender, but not overweight. And she is, cleaning down the bar. And As you enter and she looks up, you are the only ones there. It's the first. That's the second thing that hits you. You, other than the barkeep and maybe whatever staff she may or may not have in the kitchen, you are the only ones there. So
Excuse me, are you?
and she looks up and she has a big smile on her face. And she stops wiping down and she takes a moment to, brush the dirt off her blouse and looks proper. And she says, good evening, my lady and my lord. Is there anything I can do for you tonight?
Yes. Do you have any rooms available?
Why, yes. Some of the finest rooms you shall ever have this side of Volstagg.
Perfect. Now, what about ale? You got some good stuff.
Oh, my dear dwarf, I have just the stuff that'll tickle your tongue.
Perfect. I'm going to grab some ale from you. Maybe a couple pints. A room for myself and whatever else my companions will need.
She gives a little nod and says, absolutely, Master Dwarf. Anything else?
Is there any sort of like performance space or a raised area in front of a fireplace? I'm gonna try and do a bird thing here if you'll let me.
Sure. There's no performance space per se, but there is enough room that if you wanted to grab a chair, place it down by the fire, and strum an instrument or use a woodwind instrument or whatnot, there's plenty of room for that.
Okay. My lady, would you be willing to exchange my room and board and perhaps some of my friends for a performance?
Her single eye, widens, and she says, "Oh, we haven't had a bard here in forever. Why, go right ahead, milady. It would be nice to have some music going on in here."
Thank you. So I will pull out a chair, pull out my sham, and just start, again, just playing something quietly from Rosa. And I can make any checks if you want me to.
Oh no, it's quite all right. If there were people in the common room, I might, but since it's just you guys, it'll be okay. So you go and you set up and you begin to play. Do the rest of you just find seats and sit down at one of the many empty tables?
Yes, I'll happily take my ale.
Phelan
You
wants
go
to
ahead,
talk to the
Phelan.
bartender for a minute.
All right.
He said, is business usually this slow?
Unfortunately, yes. Ever since the King's Road has been put in, very few people travel this way. As the King's Road tends to be much faster.
I see.
And the King's Road is also guarded. Patrols will go up and down that thing day and night. But if you're looking for a place that's a little out of the way, and if I may say, a little under the radar, this is the best place for you to be at.
Very well, thank you.
As Phelan's talking with the barkeep, Kiri's actually going to start dancing to Leia's music.
All right.
Thank you.
She's going to be kind enough to play for us. I might as well dance. Enjoy myself a little.
Has Russ gotten his ale yet?
Oh, chop, chop, chop there, huh?
Well, I wanted to go through, I wanted to roll. I wanted to see how drunk Russ got. Because if he got real drunk, a low roll, I was going to jump up on the table and start dancing and singing.
There's nothing stopping you doing that now, but
Fine
no,
then.
the food hasn't arrived. It's got to get prepared, you know. Takes
Russ
a
will
little
start
bit of
dancing on the
time.
table then,
All right.
as long as it holds its weight.
And the your hostess gives a little chuckle as you do so.
Sage sidles up to the bar and says, I'll happily take a free ale since my bard friend is playing, but I'll be happy to pay for my room.
She says, very, very well. That seems you guys have already provided me with more entertainment than I've had in quite some time. And she ducks down underneath the bar and pulls out 5 tankers, and then she takes the tankers, and there's a single barrel behind the bar with a spigot, and she fills all 5 glasses up. She gives one to you, Sage, and she goes out and delivers a glass to everyone, and then Laya, she just gently puts one down next to your chair, not to interrupt your playing, and Kiri, yours is on a table near where you are dancing. A little bit of time passes, and a small gnome comes out from the kitchen. All right.
It is supper time.
And
Russ yells from the table.
with both hands above her head, she has a large circular platter, and you're surprised she's able to hold up so much above her head. And she brings it over to the table that Rust is at, and places it down, and it's got all kinds of plates on it, enough for each of you to have a plate. There's a platter of meats, cheeses, and breads. And as an extra little nod to thank you for your patronage, there's actually a large, medium-sized bowl of beef broth to use to dip the bread in.
Okay, no, I'm
delightful.
actually hungry.
Thank you.
That does sound good.
So the food is quite good. It's a lot better than what you would have thought from such a small an establishment so far out of the way. You get the feeling that the hostess is pulling out all the stops to try to impress you.
If there is an opportune time, like between songs, for me to first, have a little bit to eat, and then just go over to the bartender, and just interact with her and say, Madam, my name is Laya. I am clearly from far away, so I am not as familiar with the sorry, let me try that again. As familiar with the history of this place, but you say the King's Road took most of your wisdoms away. Other than fully destroying the King's Road, which we cannot do, clearly, what would we be able to do to help you to have more patrons? Maybe spread the word?
Oh, please,
Flyers up.
please, spread the word. I definitely could use more patronage here.
Do you have any paint to refresh your sign? It currently looks like a piss spoon.
It looks like a what?
she laughs a little bit, and she said, I wish I did, my dear, but it's like I said, travelers do not come down here very much, and it's all I can do to be able to pay my staff a proper wage.
I'm looking at my inventory. Okay. There is nothing I can do magically to make it better. So I'll say, Thank you very kindly for your excellent hospitality. I certainly will pass on word of the great food and rooms at the Golden Spoon.
Well, if someone has prestidigitation, they could definitely cast that on the sign to fix it up.
I don't. I have mage hand.
Oh well.
I don't even think that was an option that I could have even taken.
For a paladin, no, I don't. No, it's an arcane spell. It's a wizard spell.
I have
It can
some.
I have
do.
vicious mockery and mage hand.
It can do a little bit as far as repairing things. Very very little bit. You know,
Hey,
if
Sage, do you
you're
have any?
I have mage hand as well.
Because you're part sorcerer, but that's okay.
I don't have.
Enough prestidigitation. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Well,
Nah,
I'm perfectly happy to go out and just clean it out for a while because I think this is in character. I think she probably would have had enough people for a while and would just go out and clean it off if she had the supplies.
Alrighty. Well, I'm going to request we do this a little bit earlier than normal, because I definitely need to go get a drink. My throat is so dry right now. We're about 8 minutes before we get to the halfway point, but let's go ahead and do our little break now. Do we want 5 minutes or 10 minutes? And when you're ready to start recording again, because I'm assuming you had it on pause for the break.
Yep. So, and 3, 2, 1, go.
Alrighty. So, is there anything else you want to do during the afternoon here, late afternoon at the Golden Spoon, or are you guys just going to eat the meal and retire?
Is there anything of interest around the Golden Spoon?
That was what I was going to ask.
Well, there's the beautiful view, of the setting sun and the ocean.
How far is the ocean?
Well, like straight distance. If
Yeah,
you were
the way the crows flies.
if you were to walk straight out the door, 300-400 feet, you'd be in the water. But then, of course, you do have a 100-foot cliff that you'd fall down first.
Oof. So not enough ability to walk over there.
No, not unless you want to scale the cliff to get down there.
Well, I only have a 50-foot rope, so I'd only make it halfway.
Well, you could tie 2 50-foot ropes together, and then you'd be fine.
I'm not giving that fool of a dwarf my rope.
Who wants to go to the beach?
I think I would probably just check in with the owner to see if there was anything we could do to help around. Because, like I said, it is a bard feature that if I play, I get room and board. It's a thing that bards do. But I'm perfectly happy to try and help around to see if she needs anything. I'm good at pretty much everything.
Well, she says, she goes, well, so long as you spread the word and help bring in some customers that way, that's all the help I could really use right now.
Rust yells out the door. Hey, come over here! We've got some good food and entertainment.
I'm going to ignore him, and I think go back over to a table and start working on this world's equivalent of a jingle, like Golden Spoon, great food. You're off the beaten path. It'll be better than that.
Maybe when you pen the epic of the party, it'll be heavily mentioned when you get to this part of the tale.
Because I can do that, and because she's been very hospitable, so I will do that, and I don't know what the others are going to do.
I believe I'm going to call it a night.
All right. Well then, as the night wanders on, and it's time to go up to the rooms are very well kept. It's not as fancy as, say, the Dragon's Tooth Tavern in Volstagg, but it's it's doable. You got a pile of hay with some blankets, a little table with a wash bowl and a pitcher of fresh water. So you retire for the night, and you get up in early in the morning to start your day because you're getting used to getting up early, and you head on down. And again, it's very, very quiet. There's no patrons for a morning down there. The hostess, because you haven't gotten her name yet, is she's mopping the floor as best she can to prepare for any new customers that might come that day. She sees
Deliberately
you.
didn't ask because I felt bad about asking for Thaddeus' name on the spot.
Yeah. Oh, always ask. I have a list of names. You don't have to ever worry about that. I always have
Right.
names. Might take me a second to pull one from the list, but I've got a list.
I'm so sorry. We forgot to ask your name yesterday.
Oh no, she says no problem. My name is Raken.
Raken. And are you from this area, Raken? Originally.
Oh, I come from a small town. I doubt if you've ever heard of it before. I come from a town on the southern eastern border of Volstagg, known as Torlin.
Oh, that's far away from here, isn't it? What brought you all the way over here?
And when you said that, she kind of looks out the window and says, "Well, I just couldn't escape the view."
You couldn't escape the view. And do you have family?
Well, my parents passed away quite a while ago, and I was the only child. So I had to find a way to make ends meet in this world, and I thought the best thing I could do was to open a tavern for travelers. And while this road was traveled heavily at one point years ago, it has since, if you pardon the expression, dropped off a cliff.
Mm. That is a shame. May I just say the food's been delicious.
Thank you,
Here,
good sir.
here.
Yeah, if you spread the word, hopefully more will come down here. It's a little off the beaten path, but I can guarantee a clean room and good refreshments.
Reckon, I was not comfortable asking last night. Probably not comfortable asking now, but I have experienced loss in my life, and I fear you may have as well. Is there anything I could do to help heal your eye?
And she smiles and she says, "Oh no, not to worry about that, my dear. That is an old injury. I at one time fancied myself an adventurer like yourself. Had an unfortunate run-in with a troll."
Uh, where was this running?
She goes, "Oh, I was way up north in the Calcust Mountains. I was, yeah, I was investigating a nest of trolls that was bothering a hamlet up there. And suffice to say, I did clear the nest, but I didn't come away unscarred."
You came away
You
victorious.
cleared a nest of trolls by yourself.
Not that by myself. I did have some companions with me.
I see.
and none thought to come join you with this glorious view that you cannot escape.
She says, well, some of them, as time goes on, dearie, you'll find out that people end up going their separate ways.
They do. Thank you again, and I will give you my bad jingle. I'm not going to try and sing it for everybody. But I say, again, this is the first attempt. I will refine it because I'm actually very good at what I do, and I will tell people as we come across to please patronize the Golden Spoon Inn. Excuse me.
Oh, why, thank you, my lady. I really appreciate that.
All right, see you later, lady.
Bye.
Actually, Frost has an idea. Can we ask her about the Elder Rune?
You can. Not sure if she would know anything about it.
Because we're going to these ruins that are just south of where we're at now, correct?
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a jaunt south, but yes, south.
So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to step up, set my mug down on the counter, and say I would like another one, along with any kind of information you have about the Elder Rune that is a jaunt that way, and points to the south.
He goes, well, the Elder Rune. Let's see, I don't know much, but in my travels when I was younger, I'm part of an adventuring party. I've heard rumors of the Elder Rune, a civilization that has long since passed these parts. I do know of ruins to the south, but I haven't had the courage to go and investigate myself. But oh, man, my throat. Where is it? But Irina has visited here a few times on her journey down here. She says she wants to make it her mission to discover the truth behind the Elder Rune.
Well, that's exactly who sent us.
Which makes sense as to why she would have it marked on her map.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Ding, ding, ding.
The bells
Sorry,
have
that'll probably have
rung.
to be edited out. I don't have anything else unless y'all do.
Mm-mm.
So
Galen's already out the door.
And
I'll edit
I
this
will
part a
go with
little
Phelan.
bit. Me and
I'll go with
Alyssa,
Phelan and
we lost part
Huh?
of the conversation.
Who did?
oh,
Me and Alyssa did, but I'll be able to play it back with the recording if we can just get the spark notes of what happened.
Sparse, you mentioned the Elder Rune. She said that Irina had come down and visited her tavern on her way down to the ruins down to the south, and that's how she knew of the Elder Rune. And through her travels as a previous adventurer, she's only heard rumors, but doesn't know much beyond that.
Maybe I should have been a little more clear earlier when you guys were talking in the tavern.
I didn't come in until when Leia brought up her eye and trying to heal it, because I had lost audio in my headset, so I didn't hear a single word before that.
Oh, she
Okay.
lost it fighting a troll. Because she was once an adventurer, gave it up, shortly thereafter. But she was in the Calcurse Mountains, clearing out a troll nest, and lost it lost her eye in that scuffle.
Okay.
And
Did anything
then we
happen
found out.
before that conversation?
We
Not
were just
really.
asking about
Okay.
her. That's it. Nothing significant.
I just wanted to make sure because I was kind of lost because I could see people talking, but I couldn't hear a word.
Did you? Did you hear her name? Because they did get her name.
No, I did not. Everything from the break to the eye thing, I did not hear.
Yeah, she. Her name is Raken.
Okay.
So yeah.
She's raking in the
Thank you.
coals.
And the big thing was that Irina occasionally she knows Irina, which is why Golden Spoon is marked on Irina's map.
Okay.
And Irina is the librarian that we talked to in the city.
Much appreciated.
No prob.
And so as you guys exit the Golden Spoon, Thaddeus is there with all your horses ready to go. They've been groomed throughout the night, well fed. They look, rested and ready to go.
So we head to
Thank you,
Father's Den.
Thaddeus.
I hurry up and jump
Phelan
on
gives-
Kiri's horse.
Phelan gives Thaddeus 1 gold coin.
Says, "Thank you, good sir. May your
Kiri's
travels
just
be
gonna-
safe."
Kiri's just gonna stand there at the feet of the horse and stare at Rust.
Eye
Like,
to eye.
yeah.
And
And point to the cart.
Yep.
they kindly remind him his spot's in the cart.
Move your rear, you little short thing.
I slide back on the horse.
I'm not riding with you. You have not behaved yourself lately. Go to the cart.
Rust will go through and duck his head and kind of sulk his shoulders and jaunters over to the carriage and then sits in the back and goes
And
and starts mumbling to himself about how he doesn't get to ride on the horse and it was his idea to have a horse ride.
It was, to be fair.
And Carrie, hearing this, looks over at him and goes, "Yeah, and you're also the one that said that they should eat grass instead of feed, so I don't want to hear another word." As I mount the horse.
I think at this point I will just grab the reins and go and start driving off. And hopefully whoever is in the wagon is in the wagon.
Rust will stick
All right,
his
let's
tongue
go.
out when Kiri turns her back.
All right, so you travel on south. You're following the road, just like the map says. And just to move things along, I'm gonna skip over the travel and get us to the ruins, so that way we can get into that. Because there's not much there in the way of things, So I say I was thinking 2 to 3 days by horse. The second night you end up camping out on the side of the road. Nothing really happens there. You set watch, things like that. Blah 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 blah. The third day, continuing south, you come upon the ruined keep. There's the hills that are all about you look quite magnificent. It's a very beautiful country, but the ruins of this keep stick out like a sore thumb. And as you travel through the hills heading towards the keep, you can see remnants of the battle that must have took place. Every now and then you pass a rusted sword sticking up out of the ground. You'll see a rusted breastplate on the ground here, a partial skeleton, like the arm coming up out of the ground, but it doesn't move. The keep itself is the very definition of ruins. The walls have all collapsed. The central building itself, there's not much left of it. A portion of a wall. But the one thing that is clearly visible is basically there. It's like that's not really a trap door, but it's like a cellar door near the back end of the remnants of the keep. Now, if you guys like, you can do a survival check to see what you notice as far as has anyone been here recently or anything like that. Ooh. All right, so let's see. I've got Phelan with a 5, Rust with a 14, Kiri with a 22, Leia with a 19, and Sage with a 7. All right, on a 14 Rust, yes, you can clearly see that there has been some recent foot traffic coming to and from the keep. On a 19, Leia, you notice that this foot traffic is, somewhat recent. It looks to be all human, to the best of your knowledge. Like, it doesn't look like it's, an ogre or a goblin or a kobold or anything like that. The tracks definitely look human. Or elven if they're wearing sandals. Kiri, on a 22, one of the things you do notice is ruts within the dirt, made by a wagon, possibly multiple wagons. You kind of surmise that must mean supplies have either been moved to or from this area. You do not see a wagon present anywhere on the grounds. When you basically cross the threshold and enter the keep proper, you're passing the destroyed outer walls. You get a sense of like this dread. Something is befiling the area. And like I said, you can see that cellar door, even at the distance of the front wall section that you are entering, is quite clear. The other thing that is clear, and this is for both Rust, Kiri, and Leia, you notice sections of dirt that are just absolutely crawling with earthworms. I mean, it's just undulating with them.
Worms. I want to go investigate these piles of worms. I want to see if any of them look like one of the worms that we saw from Brother Hildebrand.
Hildebrand.
Or Hildebrand. So close.
with the triple tooth maw.
Yes.
All right, give me a survival check as you go poking around.
Oh, survival.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you do all kinds of checks.
I was hoping for investigation since I was investigating.
Good lord. That's terrible.
Well, right,
That is
you were investigating, but you're to identify something of a. It could also have been a nature check, I guess. If you want to try a nature check would also work.
Sure, let's try a nature.
I'm going to.
Let's see if I get
think
something a little better.
I'm going to,
Fucking serious?
I will have told Sage, hey, there are piles of earthworms, and Sage can do with that what she wants.
Yes, I suppose I will go ahead and do that too.
All right.
Rolling a survival.
Or nature, whichever one is higher.
Okay. Guess I didn't think about that before I rolled. Should I roll the nature?
Sure.
Sure,
Here.
give it a shot. I mean,
All right.
so far we've got a 2, a 3, a 3.
We'll give it a shot.
One. Go.
Oh.
There you go.
There we go.
So as you go and look at this undulating mass of earthworms, and since Leia brought it to your attention, you can see several such pockets of this scattered throughout the courtyard of the keep.
Oh boy, isn't that all interesting? Sorry to cut things short, but we're running out of time. I hope you're enjoying it. We'll see you on the next one.